Hello, unlimited friends. It's Zara back again with another question about the application of law of attraction in practical ways to our life. The question today comes from Susheel, and his question is about social anxiety. I'm going to read the question out to you first, and then we'll talk about it. So, Susheel says, really interesting perspective, makes sense to me. He was commenting on another one of my videos. Would you like to make a video exclusively on social anxiety disorder? It has been my biggest issue and has confined me into such a narrow comfort zone. I have been avoiding and avoiding and avoiding any and every social interaction to such an extent that I have almost become a kind of a loner for the most part in many years. I have lagged behind in every aspect of life. Family, relatives, friends, and most of the people around have been progressing so much in their lives, and I'm sitting in front of my computer scared of the world and people. I have almost always felt nervous, self-conscious, awkward, unconfident, unworthy, judged around others. And even at age 52, I continue to feel so for the most part. With age and maturity, I am being able to handle these feelings a little better, but I'm never really comfortable around people and feel that this negative vibe causes them to turn off and away from me as well, a kind of vicious cycle. And I think this social anxiety is not the same as shyness or introversion. I'm not really a shy person, but socially anxious. It will be really interesting to understand how this concept of dealing with fear on the mental and vibrational level, first without trying to take action by pushing myself out of it by grit and willpower. After reading Abraham, my perspective has been already changing a lot in the past few years, and I'm learning to take things more in a more accepting and allowing way. Would like to have more clarity about how to deal with extreme social anxiety. All right. Oh my God, there's so much here, um, Susheel, that I'm only going to be able to get you started with some practical steps that you can take to start making things better for yourself. But before I do so, let me just do a short introduction. For those of you who are returning to my channel, thank you for supporting my work. For those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. My name is ZMAHOON. I write the blog zmahoon.com, and I'm the author of 12 books on the subject of the law of attraction. I teach a 40-day law of attraction, call it challenge, or challenge seems to be the buzzword, so I'll call it a challenge. So the 40-day law of attraction challenge on through the workbook Unlimited. And so if you want to participate in that, you can join me by purchasing the workbook and sending me a message. All right, let's get to Susheel's question. Susheel, you're not alone in feeling the way you feel. Most people, a lot of people, certainly I did, have self-worth issues. And the self-worth issues result in social anxiety. Here are a couple of things that I want you to do, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm asking you to do these things. The first thing I want you to do is to stop saying that you have social anxiety disorder. Because when you say, I have, well, then you're not going to let go of it. I have a disorder, meaning there's something out of order. There's something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. You are just like any other human being. When you start softening that, so the first step in softening it is to drop the word disorder and just start saying, I have social anxiety, which is much nicer, softer than saying, I have social anxiety disorder. Remember that it's law of attraction, and whatever comes out of your mouth and whatever you think is true is true. So if you keep saying, I have social anxiety disorder, and you believe that it is true, then it cannot change, because law of attraction will bring you more evidence that that is true. In the beginning, we're just going to drop the word disorder. Okay? And then slowly, we'll drop the words social and we'll just keep the word anxiety. I experience anxiety from time to time. So that's step 2. Step 1, drop the word disorder. After a little while, couple of weeks, drop the word social, and then you're left with anxiety. Lots of people suffer from anxiety. And what you're going to do is you're going to use the word anxiety to describe your symptoms. And after a while, you're going to change it. You're going to say, I'm learning to deal with my anxiety, and then create a separation from it, because it's not my anxiety. If you say, I am learning to deal better with anxiety, not my anxiety, because if it's your anxiety, it's going to be harder to give up. Just impersonal, become impersonal towards it. Because even when I teach meditation, I teach people that they have to focus on something impersonal in order to go into meditation. So you have to take the emotion out of it. Something that belongs to you has more emotional attachment than something that is neutral to you. So from being your social anxiety disorder, it has to become the social anxiety disorder that is temporarily in your life. Okay? So then it's the anxiety, or the anxiety that comes about from time to time, and I'm learning how to deal with it. So this is how you have to shift the way you talk about your experiences, your symptoms. Now, the symptoms are not the real problem. They're just symptoms. The real problem is something else. And the real problem is your fear of being judged, your fear of making mistakes. But your fear of making mistakes has led you to a mistake, right? Because now you're losing out. So now let me tell you how to deal with this. What happened, and this is probably not something that's happened to you just now, it has been going on for a very long time, so there's a lot of history to it. And it's important for you to understand that during that period, you were slowly, even as a child, you were slowly collecting evidence, proof that it was right to be afraid of other people and their judgment. You have been collecting that information for a very long time. You've got a huge reserve of information that says, yeah, that person turned away from me. That relationship left me. Those people said that about me. You have collected that information. Of course, you want to hide. Of course, you feel safer in the presence of a computer than a human being. Of course, that's natural. I want you to understand, and I want you to believe that it is natural. And because it is natural, you don't have to beat yourself up about it. It's a natural result of having collected all that evidence. Now, the thing that you need to do, there are actually two more things that I want you to do, aside from that first thing that we talked about. And those two things are, number one, I want you to start collecting the reverse evidence. Reverse evidence. Evidence that proves that people can be nice. Evidence that proves that people can not only be nice to other people, but they can actually be nice to you. I want you to go and get a really special notebook, something that feels good when you hold it in your hands, something that you can write in and feel good, and write in it with a pen that feels good when you hold it in your hand. And then I want you to start keeping a record of your interactions with people, your positive interactions with people. For example, this is an interaction. You wrote to me, and I think I'm being nice to you. This is your proof. This is proof for you that things are changing, that better things, better manifestations are happening in your life. This is your personal proof that the universe is listening and that the universe wants to help you. Write it down. Write it down in whatever words that you want, but positive, right? I love and appreciate that I got a response from Zara. And then make a whole list. Every day, I want you to make a note of your interactions. And I'm not asking you to be face to face with people. Just start appreciating your interactions through the computer with other people. Social media is such a wonderful place. I'm sure that you've made some friends online and you have some interactions. And in case you don't, then start having them. People that are online seem less of a threat than someone who is physically in your presence. You're more open to having those conversations. And furthermore, it's easier to have a conversation with a stranger who has no history with you because they are not judging you. So, Susheel, make some new friends. Online, strangers who don't know anything about you. And please remember not to tell them that you have a situation that you're trying to figure out. Just be with them normal. Normal. You are normal. And then make a note in your new journal of your interaction. I made friends. I made friends with this person and this person and this person. And they were nice to me. They were nice back to me. They said hello nicely. They spoke to me. They sent me nice messages. We've had a nice conversation. And then the next step, take that. So do that and you'll start feeling better. It's your personal proof that you're not anxious with all people. Once you have that social proof, sweetheart, then the next step is for you to step out of your house into a group of people. And here's what I recommend. Again, I'm going to urge you to find a group of people who don't know you. Completely new people. They have no history with you. If you feel comfortable with people that you know, that's a whole different thing. But I can suggest that it would be nice to go and meet people who don't know anything about you. Let them treat you like a normal human being, like they would treat anyone. Before you do that, remember always to pre-pave all your interactions, to say to yourself and give directions to the universe. Universe, I want this interaction to go well. Through this interaction, I want to collect evidence, proof that people are good, that they can be trusted, and that people can be nice to me. So find a group. On Meetup, you can find lots of groups that are meeting in your local area. You can go to a place like Toastmasters, where they will welcome you and you will get the opportunity to just get to know a few new people. Maybe some volunteer work with a nonprofit organization. They'll be happy to have you, right? So try participating in groups where you have no history. So that's number 2, and it is a 2 or 3-step process. Lastly, here's the second thing. Last thing is, Susheel, I want you to write down a journal entry in that same journal that you're going to get for this purpose. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to see yourself be? Not through someone else's eyes. Who do you want to become? write down the characteristics, the personality that you want to have, how you want to look, how you want to interact with people, how you want people to interact with you. Write it down. And then become it. Because there's nothing stopping you from changing your behavior, who you think you are. Remind yourself of that. And then be that. When you start being the new you, people will change the way they interact with you. And slowly but surely, everything will change. All right, that's it. That's all I have for you today, Susheel. Listen, in closing, I want to say to you that I really don't care what other people tell you, but I can tell you that this can take no time at all if you decide to become a new person literally tomorrow, because becoming a new you is just a decision. And if you find it hard to become a new person overnight, it's okay. You will work through it. And I can guarantee you, if you do the steps that I've asked you to do, in 3 months, you are going to be a completely different person. And whatever it is that's going on just now, I don't even want to use the term. Whatever is going on with you just now is going to be history. You are going to come out clean, and you're going to wonder why you didn't do it before. All right, Susheel, I'm going to look forward to hearing good news from you. And to everyone else who is here watching this video, I hope that this helped you to understand law of attraction better. And I would love for you to come back. So please remember to subscribe and click on the notification bell before you leave. Comments and questions are always welcome. I love receiving questions from my viewers because I love helping people. And if you leave me a question, I will most surely create a video for you as your answer. All right, guys. Bye for now.